everybody, Lewis here, Rshackbbq and other things. Well, today is the day. We're going to do our first cook on the Lonestar Large IVS. What are we going to do? We're going to do a rack of baby back ribs. Yeah, one of my favorites. So let's get in the shop. Let me show you the baby backs. We'll season those up, then we'll come out and I'll show you how I'm going to lay out my charcoal for this cook. Sorry if I keep fudging around with the microphone. We'll get everything started and we'll go through the cook. I'll show you how well it holds heat and compare it to my fireboard probe. See that? We'll check how the charcoal burns through, the briquettes burn through, and we'll look at these ribs. Let's get into this cook. It's going to be a good one.
Regulators! Mount up!
This is a rack of pork spare ribs. This is a rack of pork spare ribs cut St. Louis style. And these are baby backs. This is what we're going to do today, baby backs, because they're defrosted. So let's get our briquettes dumped in here. There. So what I want to do is dump them right there. Try to get a nice little thing going here. Ash on there. Alright. This back. Okay. That closed up. And then we'll get our racks back in here. I think we'll be alright there. So we'll probably put the rack of ribs right here on this one. Let's go ahead and close it up. Let her come up to temp. So right now I have the ball valve open probably about halfway. That seemed to be the key last night. I've got my top vent open all the way. So we'll just let it go here for a little while. We'll get that rack rib. Once it hits 200, we'll get the rack of ribs on here. Once again, our goal anywhere from 225 to 275 is where we want these. We'll probably spritz them and then we're going to wrap them once I get to the point that I like to wrap at. which is usually about 2.5 hours. So let's just let it come up to temp. Okay, here's our rack of ribs we're going to be putting on the old smoker here. They smell really good. So let's get you moved back here. See what we're going to do here. Going to put them, smoky that is. Take these ribs and we're just going to set them in here. Check our water pan, good. Alright, got to close back up. We're going to let it go. Now, I am going to hook up my fireboard here. I got to charge it up, but we'll hook it up and we'll see how accurate or how the two temp gauges work together. But that'll probably be in about an hour. So we're just going to let them ride. We're 2 hours into this rib cook. We're sitting right at 200 here. I got my little spritzer here. Let's see. So this is battery operated. It's just water. Let's pull these out and have a look at them while we're doing this. How do those look? Starting to get a little bit of a pullback, but it definitely need to be spritzed. They definitely need to be spritzed. So, like I said, this is just water. The water pan is doing good. Okay, let's get it put back in there. Now the other thing, I've got my fireboard here. Let's get it powered on. Fireboard. What we're going to do is we're just going to set it right there. Got a probe sensor on it. We are going to set it so you see our thermometer, our probe is like right in here. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to hang it upside down here, put it like right there. This wire up in here. Let's go like this. Alright, now they say it's okay to have it just sitting here like that. So let's close it up. Let's see how well the temp recovers here. Because it's down to 100 on here since we opened it. It's starting to climb back up. Let's take a quick look at our charcoal, see how we're doing down there. So we're all the way up to the back. We're starting to come back this way and then come down. Charcoal's looking great. Just what I was hoping it would do. Alright, so we got our foil here. It's time to wrap. Got some fake butter. Put that down on there. So I'm not going to put any brown sugar on these this time. And we'll just take a little bit of apple juice, cider vinegar. Put it on here like so. Let's get our ribs out. Oh yeah. How are those looking? They are looking good. Yeah. So I'll lay that down there like that. Put a little bit of butter on this side. A little more than I normally do, but a little bit of apple cider. Take this. And like this. Come back over the top. Nice tight foil pack. Flip it over. In we go. Close her up. Alright. So we'll let it go for a couple hours here. And we'll check them then. Okay, so the fireboard says we're running. So the fireboard says we're running at 260 right there, and the Lonestar says we're sitting right at 250. So there's about a 10-degree difference, but who's worried about that? What I want to do now is back you out, and we're going to probe these to see how tender they are. That's where we're at. So get this opened up. Just, yeah, they feel really good. So what we're going to do now is expose the percent. Wow, I get my gloves on. Set it back down there. Put the wrap and ribs. We're going to kind of do what they call a boat method here. So we're going to, oh man, guys, these smell amazing. So we're going to flip them over. Look at those. Like this. Take my gloves off. I don't need that on there. So we're going to take our little secret sauce here that I call it, and we're just going to put it on there. Alright. So now we're going to just stick them back in there and let them go for 15-20 minutes. Put it back in here. Alright. I'm going to open up the port a little bit more. We're going to just let it go. Alright, let's take a look at these ribs. I think they're about ready to be taken out. Get my gloves on. Check the water pan. We got about a 1/4 inch of water in there, so that's pretty good. Look at those babies. Oh yeah. Don't those look good? Alright, we get in the house, we'll get these wrapped up, then we'll come out and talk about this. Let's see how we did with our modified snake. Actually, I'm going to shut everything down. That's down, that's down. Got our stop up here down. Let's just see here. Pull this out. Okay. As you can see, our snake has gone around, and we've made the turn, and we're starting to come back. Some of these are lit. I'm going to pull some of these away so that they're used for next time. But next time we'll have to clean out the ash pan. You know, that's cleaning this up pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I just pulled this charcoal up here out of the way. So hopefully we'll see what happens when because I shut that off and I got that shut off. Close it up. Alright. Very nice. Let's go in and check our ribs. I gotta disconnect my fireboard and get it ready for next time. So let me do that real quick too. Since I'm right here. And I got my gloves. That's just... So we got it pulled out. Alright. We'll leave the water pan in there. And I'll deal with that later. Alright. Let's get in and take a look at these ribs here in a minute. Alright, so our baby backs have been resting for about 15 minutes. Let's just have a look at them here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Alright. Let's see if we can get in here without causing too much damage. I'm telling you. This is why I like baby backs. They cut so nice. Let's get one more, and I'll show you. Look at that. You can just see the moisture in them. Oh yeah, delicious looking. Alright, these ones out of the way. Finish carving these up real quick. Try not to cut too much. Now remember, I did not take the membrane off of these. So, what we get is what we get. Let's sample one of these ribs. Put on a plate here. Get this out of the way. Don't those look good? Alright, let's look at these ribs again. You know I love doing this kind of shot. See alright. Okay, let's take a bite. Oh yeah, I'll bite it. So, they are not fall off the bone, and I like it that way. But the bite is just right there. You bite right through it. Perfectly done. Slight cherry flavor from that rub. Oh yeah, peppery. Clean bone. So good. Let me tell you, those are some awesome ribs. Nice little smoke ring flavor to it. Nice smoke flavor from those whiskey oak barrel chunks that I get from Drunk Chunks. Now he's only on Instagram, but like I said, I'll have his Instagram handle down in the description so you can go check him out. Anyhow, let's talk about that. So you saw what I did. I seasoned those ribs up. I didn't take the membrane off. You don't need to. It does help if you like fall off the bone because they'll just fall right off. I like a nice bite like those have. Then I went out and I fired up that Lonestar, and I put 10 to 14 briquettes in my chimney. Got that lit. I let it inside the cooking chamber so it kind of heats that up. Then I made what I call a U with the fresh briquettes in the charcoal basket. And you know, it's probably a quarter of a bag that I used in that U. That was a big bag of charcoal. Keith's big bags, but I made that U shaped. I started I poured my hot charcoal on one side and let it slowly burn. I had 4 of those wood chunks in there and let it slowly burn around that U. And that smoker, I'm telling you, I had the vent wide open to begin with, got it up to 250, and I maybe had it less than a quarter inch, in between an 1/8 and a quarter inch of the ball valve open, and it sat right there, 275 to 250, the whole cook. I spritzed them a couple of times. They were in there for 2.5 hours, like I normally do. I took them out. I put a little bit of that squeezed butter on both sides, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, wrapped them up tight, put them back in there. This time I let them go for 2 hours. Then I took my Thermopop and I probed for tenderness, and they were pretty tender, just like where I like it. So then I unwrapped them, got the meat side up, and I put the little secret simple syrup on it, is all that is. Simple syrup and water, and it just kind of gives it a nice glaze. And these came out delicious. I let them sit here for 20 minutes, and you can't complain. These are awesome ribs. That smoker did an awesome job. I mean, I was telling you, today maybe the high was 26 degrees. When I fired it up, I think it was at 20. So it was a cold day, and it just chugged right along. Didn't even seem to bother it. I am looking forward to more cooks on that. Like I said, the next cook, we have a potential catering job that's going to require 18 pork butts and 400 chicken thighs. I don't know if I'm going to do the chicken thighs on it, but I am going to do the pork butts because I have to have those done first thing in the morning. So I'll probably see how it does all night. Hooked up the fireboard on there. There is a 10-degree difference between where the probe was sitting and what the door thermometer said. But other than that, perfect. So anyhow, like I always say, thank you for watching. I hope you learned a little bit today. You could do this too. It's not that hard. Until next time, my friends. Grill.